Thank you. I've asked Jaffa to join me in this. We're going to create something on the spot. And the inspiration for this is women. The feminist movement of the 1960s has been diminished. It was the feminists in the 1960s who stood up and marched and burned bras and changed the English language and said, hey, we're here. Hear us roar. Well, now it's an old story. But it's the women who lead the world. The leaders of the future world are the women and the girls. Now, while that layer of consciousness is growing, there's another layer hidden underneath it. And that's the one that we cannot celebrate. That's the one we have to innovate. That's the hidden horror that's happening with institutionalized violence against women and girls. I was walking down the street the other day and I saw one of these boys, you know, the guys who have their pants down halfway, and I could just see his underwear sticking out, and I thought, we care with underwear. Very good. Very good. That should be embroidered on the back of it. So when you walk down the street and you see it sticking out of a boy, you'll go, we care with underwear. But you don't see that with girls. Because with girls, there's a femininity and a dignity and a divinity. And through the Underwear Project, there's also hygiene. Something we overlook, something very practical that just isn't available to everybody. We have an opportunity now in this 21st century to examine a reality. Can you hand me this stool here? This is what got me going, is a chair. I came across an article written by a woman in Africa, and in the course of the article, in the course of her interview, she very matter-of-factly said, and of course I'm not considered human where I am. And I thought, it's the 21st century, how could you not be human? And I realized she wasn't speaking metaphorically, she wasn't speaking about she didn't feel like a human or others weren't treating her like a human. She was saying that where she lived, she wasn't considered to be anything more than a chair, maybe less. And I was so startled in this interview. I thought, how in this day and age, how is it possible today that any being, any creature, certainly any human, any woman, could be less than a chair, an object, a nail, a light bulb? How's that possible? I also decided at that moment that I would not be angry, that I would not be outraged, and I wouldn't be afraid. Instead, I would simply say, well, that's enough. There are times when you just have to say, okay, that's enough. We've come to the end of this. We've come to the end of whatever that period is where women are something other. There is an old expression in yoga. You never raise your voice. There's never a reason to raise your voice. But if you have to, yell loudly. So I'm calling on Jaffa tonight to help us raise our voices. Not to yell so much, but to sing loudly. There is a wonderful blessing that we do, an affirmation that we do, towards the end of our programs. And the affirmation is this: may you be blessed, may you be healed, may you be loved, may you be forgiven. And I've asked Jaffa to work with me this evening and with you so we can raise our voices and we can say, blessed, béni, healed, guéri, loved, aimé, forgiven, pardonné, powerful, puissante, the feminine version. And with that power behind us, we issue a proclamation and a declaration. And we ask everybody to sign it and carry it and put it on their wall. And this is what it is. I hereby declare that I shall not support, allow, or create the enslavement, mutilation, disgrace, abuse, or any other form of violence or dishonor towards any woman or girl in my presence, in my care, in my knowledge. Let it be known as we move forward. This shall be the minimum standard for all peoples everywhere. Aimer, pardonner, guéri, béni, puissante, blessed, healed, loved, forgiven, powerful. And for all those women and girls who at this very moment, right here, right now, elsewhere, perhaps in our city, in our community, but definitely unseen, in counties and communities and villages that we don't know about, we'll probably never see, may they uplift others through their courage and through their sacrifice. May they forgive and be forgiven, to inspire, uplift, and be free. And may their power inspire us. May they love and be loved. Raise your voice.
Yeah.